Now we see here that what is the definition of walks in graph. Let G be a graph and let V and W be vertices in G. A walk from V to W is a finite alternating sequence of adjacent vertices and edges of G. Thus, a walk has the form V naught starting from the vertex V naught, then edge E1, then V1, then E2, and then so on, and Vn minus 1, En, and Vn. So, these are the alternating sequence of adjacent vertices and edges, where the V's represent the vertices and E's representing the edges, and V naught is equal to V and Vn is equal to W, and for all I is equal to 1, 2, and Vi minus 1 and Vj, Vi minus 1 and Vi are the endpoints of Ei. The trivial walk from V to V consists of the single vertex V. So walk से ये मुराद है कि हमारे पास अगर कुछ vertices हैं and then we have some edges, तो हम उसको एक सीक्वेंस में उस वॉक को बनाएंगे, like we are moving from this vertex to this vertex and then we are moving to another adjacent vertex using the alternating sequence of vertices and edges. So ये एक सिंपल सी वॉक हमने बनाई है and it can be also be represented by, and in this walk we may return to the previous vertex and then to the first initial vertex, so there is no restriction on this. Now there are some definitions related to the walk. First definition is of trail. A trail from V to W, the initial vertex to the final vertex, is a walk from V to W that does not contain a repeated edge. So when edges are used only once, this type of walk is known as trail, and a path from V to W is a trail that does not contain a repeated vertex. So in the definition of path, we see that vertex are also not repeated as well as edges are not repeated. For a closed walk, we can say that it starts from and ends at the same vertex. A circuit is a closed walk that contains at least one edge and does not contain a repeated edge. And a simple circuit is a circuit that does not have any other repeated vertex except the first and the last. So these are the definitions related to a walk. For ease of reference, these definitions are summarized in the following table. So in walk, repeated edges are allowed, repeated vertices are allowed, starts and end at the same point allowed, must contain at least one edge, no. So this will specify what is walk. And then in trail, repeated edge, there is no repeated edge but there are repeated vertices, and it can start and ends at the same point, this is allowed, and must contain one edge, no. So in path, no repeated edge and no repeated vertex, and it may not start from one point, and starting and ending point will not be the same. And in closed walk, repeated edges are allowed and repeated vertices are allowed, start and end at same point, yes, it must be the same point, so the walk is closed. And in circuits, no repeated edge but there are repeated vertices, and starts and end at the same point, must start and end at the same point. And it has also the condition that it must contain one edge. And in a simple circuit there is no repeated edge, and the only vertex which is repeated is the first and the last, and it starts and end at the same point and must contain one edge. So this table is useful to identify what type of walk is present there. Now we see some notations regarding walks. Often a walk can be specified unambiguously by giving either a sequence of edges or a sequence of vertices. In the graph below, the notation E1, E2, E4 and E3 refers unambiguously to the following walk. So when we say E1 and then we say E2, so what vertices should be present in this walk? V1 and V2 must be present, and then V2 and V3 must be present, and then V3 again after adding E4, V3 again, and then E3 and ending at V2. So this will be the walk. On the other hand, the notation E1 is ambiguous if used to refer to a walk. It could mean either V1, E1, V2 or V2, E1, V1. So this notation is used to represent a walk, and this notation is not used for a walk. In the graph of part A, the notation V2, V3 is ambiguous if used to refer a walk. It could mean V2, E2, V3 or V2, E3, V3. So since V2 is reaching V3 through two different edges, so this notation cannot be used. V2, V3 cannot be used. On the other hand, in the graph below, the notation V1, V2, V2, V3 refers unambiguously to the walk V1, E1, V2, E2, V2, E3 and V3. Now here are some other examples regarding trails, paths and circuits. In the graph below, determine which of the following walks are trails, paths, circuits or simple circuits. So in trails, we know that there is no repeated edge, but there can be repeated vertices. So we see here, this is V1, E1, E2, V2, E3, V3, E4, V3, E5, V4. So the edges are all distinct and does not repeat, but we see here that the vertex V3 is repeated. So this is a trail, and now we see here E1, E3, E5, E5, E6, and for this we must go to the initial point of E1, V1, EV2, and then E3, V3, and then E5, V4, and again E5. So we get back to V3, and then E6 and V5. So here we see that the vertex V3 is repeated, and also the edge E5 is repeated. So this is a walk, and just like that we can see about C, D and EF parts. Here is the solution to the above example. Now we see here connectedness in a graph. Let G be a graph two vertices V and W of G are connected if and only if there is a walk from V to W. The graph G is connected if and only if given any two vertices V and W in G, there is a walk from V to W. So it says that कि कोई सा पेयर आपके पास अगर ग्राफ में थ्रू सम वॉक कनेक्टेड है तो वो ग्राफ जो है वो कनेक्टेड होगा. हम ए पार्ट में देख सकते हैं कि कोई से दो वर्टिसेस लाइक मैं चूज़ करता हूँ V1 और V4 चूज़ करता हूँ, तो आई कैन रीच फ्रॉम V1 टू V4 थ्रू सम वॉक. और इसी तरह अगर मैं V1 के साथ V6 को देखूँ तो उसके लिए भी एक वॉक मौजूद है जो मुझे V1 से V6 तक ले जाती है. सो इस तरह हर दो वर्टिसेस के दरमियान में एक वॉक जो है वो प्रेजेंट है. So G is connected if and only if for all vertices VW belong to the vertex set of G, there is a walk from V to W. So we see here in graph B, we cannot reach from V1 to V4, so this graph is not connected. And just like we cannot reach in C part from V1 to V5, there is the solution to the above example, and we see here a theorem regarding connectedness. Let G be a graph, and A part is if G is connected, then any two distinct vertices of G can be connected by a path. And in B part we have if vertices V and W are part of a circuit in G and one edge is removed from the circuit, then there still exists a trail from V to W in G. And in C part we see that if G is connected and G contains a circuit, then an edge of the circuit can be removed without disconnecting G. So the first part is obvious, क्योंकि G कनेक्टेड है तो कोई से भी अगर दो डिस्टिंक्ट वर्टिसेस चूज़ किए जाएं तो उनके दरमियान में क्योंकि एक वॉक मौजूद है और हर वॉक में से एक पाथ जो है वो बनाया जा सकता है. और इसी तरह हम B पार्ट को देखते हैं कि अगर V और W किसी भी सर्किट का हिस्सा हैं जो कि G में मौजूद है, एंड वी नो दैट सर्किट इज़ ए क्लोज्ड वॉक, and one edge is removed from the circuit, then there still exists a trail from V to W in G. So क्योंकि सर्किट जो है वो एक क्लोज्ड वॉक है और इसलिए अगर कोई एज इसमें से रिमूव कर दी जाए तो हमारे पास किसी भी दो वर्टिसेस तक पहुंचने के लिए जो रास्ता है वो मौजूद रहेगा. सो एक एज रिमूव करने से क्लोजनेस की वजह से हम दूसरे रास्ते से उन दो वर्टिसेस को मिला सकते हैं. सो देयर मस्ट बी अ ट्रेल फ्रॉम V टू W in G. और इसी तरह इफ़ G is connected and G contains a circuit, then an edge of the circuit can be removed without disconnecting G. और यही कंडीशन जो हम ऊपर देख रहे हैं कि अगर G कनेक्टेड है और उसमें एक सर्किट पाया जा रहा है तो हम उस सर्किट में से किसी एक एज को रिमूव कर दें, ग्राफ जो है वो डिस्कनेक्ट नहीं होगा, क्योंकि एक एज रिमूव करने से जो दो वर्टिसेस हैं उनके दरमियान में हम दूसरे रास्ते से एक पाथ जो है वो बना सकेंगे. नाउ वी सी हियर द कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट ऑफ ए ग्राफ. A graph H is a connected component of a graph G if and only if H is a subgraph of G and H is connected and no connected subgraph of G has H as a subgraph and contains vertices or edges that are not in H. So now we see that what are the connected components in the given graph G. So we see here that V1, V3 and V2 are forming a connected component in this whole graph. V4 is another component and this V5, V6, V7 and V8 are another component, connected component in this graph G. So the graph G has three connected components.